welcome to this backwards compatible comics review. Today we're going to be looking at a bit of a classic, and that's The Walking Dead. Now I decided to actually do volume 1 as opposed to just the first issue, because I think most people by now will know mostly what The Walking Dead's about, but there will be some people who still come to it new. It always shocks and surprises me that this book is still continually pops up in the top list for the month of trades or graphic novels, because they're both really lumped together. Just because I think people watch the TV show, or play the game, or just hear about it through word of mouth and want to start again at the beginning. So the book's created at this time, or was created at that time, by obviously written by Kirkman, which it still is, but the art was by the majority of the art, which is the pencil and the ink, and most of the grey scales, were all by Tony Moore, and also additional grey tones were by Cliff Rathburn. But again, obviously mostly for the most part that the inks, the pictures are done by Tony Moore. I love the fact that this is a black and white comic. I don't know why, it just has a bit of a strength to it because it's black and white. It's not realistic, it's not hyper realism, but there is a realistic tint to the pictures with a slight little bit of cartoon caricature, as you can see from the pictures you can see there. But everyone in the whole thing is very easy to recognise, and also all of the characters are very expressive as you go through. The Walking Dead deals with everything from survival to loss to trying to rebuild themselves, and it's something that I think even when Charlie Adlard jumped on it, it continued all the way through. But there was something just quite nice, as you can see, about Rick Grimes' depiction. It runs very similar to the TV show, even at this early stage. Obviously there are some differences, some minor ones. You do get some huge differences though at the end of this volume, which I do, as part of me still wishes that the TV show would have had the strength to have done. It would have changed the whole dynamic of it very early, and would have given a couple of characters a bit more chops, if that makes sense, and wouldn't have left them moving along all the way through, but to try to really build them as characters. But I think obviously that's something that will probably be better discussed when we talk about the TV show as opposed to the comic. Okay, so The Walking Dead, I mean, this book came out in 2001, so at this stage now it's 14 years old, and we are on to the 22nd volume. So it just shows you the strength of this as a story. It's difficult to say whether I prefer the beginning of the whole run or I prefer now. Personally, the beginning does have a great pull. It's the origin of the story. It gives you the idea, Rick's discovery about the zombie apocalypse. Sorry for the spoiler, but by now you're looking at the front page there. It should show you everything you need to know. Also, The Walking Dead is quite a giveaway, but the way that he discovers the whole zombie apocalypse is still great. The loss that he feels, and then the moments of joy that he feels as well within this whole context as well, great. This is really again, I think Kirkman has an introduction at the beginning of the volume. I have I believe it's all the volumes now actually nowadays, but it's great because it explains what The Walking Dead's about. It explains why he's done this story, why he wants to make The Walking Dead not a story about zombies really. It's a story about Rick Grimes' life from the moment he's shot down as a policeman all the way through, hopefully until his death. Obviously that hasn't occurred yet, I don't believe, in comics that I've read anyway, but it would be great if we follow that progression. That makes it kind of like a soap opera. It's a monthly instalment of days in the life. Things happen, but really you're just there to find out how these characters are going. It becomes kind of like a comfort blanket, but what a comfort blanket. It's one of the best. I still think it's one of the best written stories. The way that the new series are going, it's completely changed. We will look at those later gone by. I will say that for The Walking Dead, I am a trade reader. I don't generally pick up single issues. I do every now and again, especially when I'm desperate to find out exactly what's happening. But really, realistically speaking, I do buy the trades, and I do enjoy them quite a lot. They do come in quite a nice cover, but nothing immediately amazing, because it's image. There are a few different things they do. The compendium is lovely, and at a later date I'll do the Charlie Adlard, the All Out War artist edition, which actually was a lovely book, and if you haven't seen it, it's really worth picking up, especially if you're up to date with the story. But I think I'll be reviewing that on another time. Okay, Well, thank you very much for listening. This is a bit longer. When we do volumes and trades like that, we will be doing a bit longer, obviously, because they deserve a bit more because they're more than just the one issue. I will, and obviously we will be jumping around in times as well, so we'll be going backwards and forwards. So some that are coming out, I'm speaking about them before they come out. Some obviously that are coming out as we say, and the others that we'll review from the past. So basically, like Walking Dead Volume 1. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment, like, hate, whatever you want to do, just underneath. My name's Paul. This is video for Backwards Compatible. You can find us on Twitter at backwards.com, on Facebook Backwards Compatible, same for Google+, and on the internet it's www.backwardscompatible.co.uk. Okay, thank you for listening, and good night.